My beloved child, pause for a moment and listen carefully. I am speaking to you personally right now, and I do not want you to rush past these words. Do not keep scrolling, do not put this off, and do not allow this moment to slip away. You've asked for a sign, searched for understanding, and cried out in silence, wondering whether I still hear your voice. Now I am answering you. These words are far more than another message passing through the noise of your day. This is the divine interruption you have been waiting for, a whisper from heaven carrying eternal significance. If you turn away from it or choose to ignore it, you could miss a moment that has the power to change everything. I speak with urgency because I love you deeply, and I speak with authority that remains unshaken. My child, this is an appointed moment in your life. You have asked when the pain would ease, when the confusion would lift, and when the chains around you would finally break. At times you wondered if I was distant, if I was delaying, or if I had turned away from you. But hear me now, I have been with you the entire time. Every tear you shed in the darkness was gathered by my hand, and every prayer that rose from your heart reached me. Nothing escaped my notice, and not a single cry was overlooked. I am telling you this because you are standing at a threshold right now. This is not an ordinary moment. It is sacred, set apart, and carefully arranged by my hand. You may think you arrived here by chance, or that this message appeared randomly before you, but there are no accidents in my kingdom. You are here because I intended it long before time began. You are here because I am responding to what you feared had been forgotten. You are here because the change you have been longing for is closer than you realize. Do not treat this lightly, my beloved. Do not dismiss these words as just another voice among many. I have placed them before you at this exact moment because your spirit has been crying out for them. You are tired, carrying burdens that few people truly understand. Others may think they know your struggles, but only I know how deep they run. Only I know how heavy the nights have felt and how fragile your heart has become beneath disappointment. Yet you are still here. You did not surrender, and you did not release the last thread of hope, even when it seemed impossible to see. Because you continued holding on, even with trembling strength, I want you to know that your waiting has served a purpose. The silence was never abandonment, and the delay was never denial. It was preparation. Now the moment has arrived, but listen carefully once more, because this moment requires your attention and your response. Do not make excuses or tell yourself you will come back later. Do not assume you have endless time ahead of you, because time is never guaranteed. My child, I am deeply grieved by the pain you have carried. I have seen the long nights when you felt abandoned and the questions that weighed heavily on your heart. I never found pleasure in your suffering. I wept with you, and I carried you through seasons when you did not even realize it was my strength holding you up. Because I love you too much to leave you where you are, I am calling to you with urgency. This could be the moment that changes everything. If you delay, walk away, or push this aside, you risk missing the very blessing you have been praying for. Do you understand the seriousness of what I am telling you? I am not speaking about a small opportunity. I am speaking about breakthrough, about doors opening that no person can close. I am speaking about healing flowing into places where pain once ruled, and restoration reaching areas you believed were beyond repair. This is not a minor matter. It is destiny knocking on the door of your heart. My beloved, I know how exhausted you are. I know how often you have felt unseen and forgotten. I know the doubts that have whispered that nothing will ever change, that struggle is all that awaits you, and that perhaps you no longer matter. But those whispers are false, and I am exposing them now. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are never invisible to me. You are my precious child, my beloved creation, formed by my hands, and I have carried you through every step of your journey. Even if you cannot yet see the entire picture, what I am unfolding will reveal why pain came before the promise. You will understand why silence taught you to recognize my voice. You will understand why waiting prepared you to carry the blessing that is now being released. Say, I rest in your promises if you are holding on to his word. And so I urge you, do not harden your heart in this moment. Do not allow distraction to steal what I am saying to you. The enemy would gladly convince you that this is ordinary so that you would scroll away and miss the very word that could open the door to your breakthrough. But I am pleading with you now. Stay, listen, and receive. Do not delay. What is ahead is too precious to lose. What I am about to do in your life is too significant to overlook. This is the moment you have been asking me for, even if it has arrived differently than you expected. It may not have come in the form you imagined, but it has come in the form you need. I am speaking directly to your spirit and calling directly to your heart. I will continue reaching for you until you understand that this message is meant for you, not for someone else, not for another season, and not for some distant future. It is for you, here and now. Do not wait, my child. Every excuse, every hesitation, and every thought that says later has worked against what I have been preparing for you. I am breaking those chains now, silencing those lies now, and removing the distractions that have kept you from seeing my hand. Listen to me, because I am about to do something new. Can you sense it? It is already beginning to emerge. It is already rising from what you thought had been lost, and pushing through the soil of disappointment and delay. The shift is taking place even as you hear these words. Your heart is responding because it recognizes truth. Your spirit is stirred because it knows something divine is happening. That is my spirit bearing witness within you. Do not silence it. Do not run from it, and do not hide from it. Today, listen and receive. My child, I tell you again with both love and urgency, do not scroll away. Do not delay. This is the moment you prayed for, the moment heaven has prepared for you. If you walk away now, you may miss the very answer you have longed to receive. Stay with me and hear every word. Let this truth settle deep within your heart like fire and water together, burning away deception, refreshing weary places, and filling you with life once again. This is the beginning of something new, and it begins with your decision to listen right now. My beloved child, listen to me now. I speak as the one who has walked beside you through every season of your life. I have seen you in the moments when no one else was looking, and I have witnessed every hidden struggle you carried alone. I watched those long nights when you stared into the darkness, wondering if anyone truly understood the weight resting on your heart. I saw every tear that quietly fell when you believed no one noticed. I was there when the ache inside you ran so deep that words could no longer express it. I heard the prayers that rose from your heart when they felt too heavy to explain. And I want you to know that not a single one of those moments escaped my attention. Every tear was precious to me. Every cry became a sacred prayer, and every weary breath testified to your perseverance. Never believe that I was far away from you. I was closer than your own heartbeat, holding you together in moments when you felt like everything was falling apart. You may have felt overlooked by the world. You may have believed that even those you trusted could not understand the depth of your pain. Some people walked away, some failed to understand, and others dismissed your hurt because they could not grasp how heavy it truly was. But I, the Lord your God, never turned away from you. I never grew tired of your questions. I never became weary of your weakness, and I never pulled back from your broken places. Instead, I drew even closer. When others could not see you clearly, I saw every detail of your soul. I knew the silent battles you fought each day. I knew the burden you carried while trying to appear strong in front of others. I knew the loneliness that settled around you during the night like a cold covering. Though you felt unseen, you were always completely known by me. My beloved, there were times when you wondered whether your prayers ever reached me at all. You questioned whether your words disappeared into silence without being heard. You assumed my silence meant indifference. But I tell you now that I heard every single cry. I listened when you whispered prayers into a pillow damp with tears. I listened when you cried out alone in your car, and when you poured out your heart behind closed doors. Even when no words left your lips, I heard the unspoken cries flowing from your spirit, and I did more than hear them. I responded, though not always in the way or timing you expected. You can only see part of the story, but I see it in its entirety. Why you believed nothing was changing. I was moving circumstances in ways you could not see. While it seemed that heaven was silent, I was arranging answers that had not yet become visible to you. My timing may have felt different from what you hoped for, but my love has never failed to answer. Do you not know how precious you are to me? The hardships you have endured have caused you to question your value. You have viewed yourself through experiences of rejection, disappointment, and delay. But I see you through the eyes of love. I see the one I created intentionally before the foundations of the world were established. I see the child I formed with purpose in the hidden place of the womb. I see a masterpiece crafted with care, precision, and delight, not by accident and never by mistake. I do not see someone beyond repair. I see someone cherished, treasured, and securely held. Every scar carries the story of survival. Every wound reveals a place where my grace sustained you. You have never been forgotten, overlooked, or discarded. You belong to me, and no failure, rejection, or darkness can remove the mark of my love from your life. I have watched you carry burdens that were far too heavy for your shoulders, and I grieved with you. I saw the moments when betrayal pierced your heart, and when broken trust left you questioning whether love could ever feel safe again. I saw promises shattered, people disappoint you, and foundations shake beneath your feet until you feared everything would collapse. In those moments, you felt abandoned. You believed there was no one left to hold you together. But I was there, my child. I was the one keeping your mind from breaking, your spirit from collapsing, and your life from unraveling. Even when you could not feel my presence, my hand never let go of you. When you believed you were standing alone, it was my strength that kept you standing. When you whispered, "I cannot keep going," it was my breath that carried you into another day. You asked why the road was so difficult, why the pain seemed endless, and why the waiting lasted longer than you thought you could bear. And though I will reveal the purpose behind every trial in its proper time, I want you to know this now. None of it was wasted. Every tear watered the ground beneath your future. Every battle produced a strength within you that could have come no other way. Every delay refined you and prepared you for the blessing I am bringing. You believed your prayers had gone unanswered, but they were being held for an appointed time. You thought your dreams had faded away, yet I was protecting them until the season when you would be ready to receive them. I have not forgotten a single prayer you spoke. I have not overlooked a single longing hidden in your heart. I have woven them into my plan, and I will fulfill them in ways greater than you can imagine. If these messages have encouraged your heart and helped strengthen your walk with God, you can support this work through the QR code or support link provided in the description. Your support helps continue sharing messages that inspire faith, devotion, and hope. I tell you again with the certainty of eternal truth, I saw every hidden moment. I saw every night of despair and every question that rose from the silence. I was there through it all, and because I was there, you were never truly abandoned. My presence surrounded you even when your heart felt empty. My love sustained you even when you questioned whether it was still there. You matter deeply to me, my beloved child. Your value is secure, your life carries meaning, and your struggles have never gone unnoticed. This message is not meant for a crowd. It is not directed toward the masses. It is a personal reminder that I see you, I know you, and I love you beyond measure. Hold these words close because they are not random. They are the answer to the cry you have carried quietly in your heart. You wanted to know whether I was still with you, and I am. You wanted to know whether I still have a plan for your life, and I do. You wanted to know whether your pain has a purpose, and it does. And you wanted to know whether you mattered enough for me to speak directly into your life. The answer is yes, you do. Let this be your confirmation, your sign, and your reminder that you have never been forgotten. I am speaking now because your heart needed to hear this once again. You are completely seen, completely known, and completely loved. My beloved child, there is something important I want you to understand about the season you have been walking through, the trials you faced, the storms that seemed never-ending, and the nights that felt longer than you could bear were never meant as punishment. Hear me clearly. They were not punishment. They were preparation. The shaking that entered your life was never intended to destroy you. It was meant to refine you, to purify your heart, and to remove what could not travel with you into the next chapter I have prepared. Many times you have asked, "Why, Lord? Why so much pain? Why so much loss? Why so much silence?" I know those questions have weighed heavily on your soul. I have seen your struggle to reconcile my love with the chaos surrounding you. There were moments when you wondered if I had turned away, if I was angry with you, or if you had somehow caused the hardships you endured. But my child, hear me with the love and urgency of a father's heart. I never abandoned you, and I never left your side. What you experienced was never evidence of my rejection. It was evidence of my repaction. A tree does not become strong through calm weather alone. Its roots reach deeper when the ground is shaken, and its strength grows because it has learned to withstand the pressure of the storm. The same has been true for you. The storms you endured drove your roots deeper into me. They removed foundations that could never truly support you and taught you to hold tightly to what is eternal. They exposed weaknesses that would have failed later, and strengthened the parts of you that needed to endure. The winds were fierce, but they did not break you because I held you steady. The fire burned around you, but it did not consume you because I stood with you in the midst of it. The waters rose, yet they could not carry you away because my hand sustained you through every moment. You often see only the pain, but I see what the pain has produced. I see patience that was formed through waiting. I see resilience you never knew you possessed. I see faith that has been tested and refined like gold passing through fire. I also see the compassion that has grown within your heart because of what you have lived through. I see the tenderness that now allows you to understand the struggles of others in a deeper way. I see how these trials stripped away illusions, false comforts, and unstable securities until you were anchored more firmly in me. What the enemy intended for harm, I have used for good. What was meant to crush you became a tool to shape you. What was meant to silence you became part of how your voice was awakened. Child, remember this well. Shaking is never easy. It disrupts what once felt secure. It causes you to question what can truly be trusted. It reveals weaknesses and cracks that were hidden beneath the surface. Yet the shaking itself is not cruel. It serves a purpose. It reveals what cannot be shaken. It proves what is genuine. It separates what can endure from what must be released from your life. I allowed certain things to be shaken so that only what was truly from me would remain. False identities, misplaced hopes, and unhealthy dependencies had to fall away so that your foundation could be rebuilt on truth. That is why some relationships came to an end. That is why certain opportunities closed, and why some doors shut even when they seemed good to you at the time. I was not taking from you. I was protecting you. I was making sure that what remained in your life would be strong enough to carry you into what lies ahead. You may still mourn what was lost, and I understand that grief, but I tell you the truth. Nothing was removed that I cannot restore in greater measure. Nothing that died is beyond my power to raise again. Nothing that fell apart is beyond my ability to rebuild into something stronger and more beautiful than before. Do not look at the ruins and believe they are the end. They are the ground where new life can grow. Do not look at the ashes and see only loss, for they are the place from which beauty can emerge. Do not look at broken pieces as worthless, because I am the potter who reshapes them into something greater. Yes, the season of shaking has been painful. Yes, it has left scars behind, but those scars are not signs of defeat. They are evidence that you survived what should have overwhelmed you. They tell the story of battles fought and victories won. One day when my purposes are fully revealed, those scars will testify to my faithfulness. Do not despise them, and do not hide them. They are part of the story I am writing through your life. It is a story that will encourage others. It is a story that will reveal my faithfulness even in the middle of suffering. My beloved child, you are stepping into a new season, but do not forget what you learned during the shaking. Do not forget how it taught you to trust me when nothing around you made sense. Do not forget how it revealed that my presence was enough even when every earthly support seemed gone. Do not forget how it showed you strength that came not merely from yourself, but from my work within you. These lessons are treasures, not burdens. They will help you in the days ahead. They will steady you when future storms arise, and they will remind you that if I carried you before, I will carry you again. So, my child, do not fear the word shaking. Do not view it as punishment. See it for what it was: preparation. I am aligning you with my will, removing what hinders you, sharpening your discernment, and deepening your faith. You are stronger today because of what you have endured, even if you cannot fully see it yet. Soon you will recognize that the things that once shook you no longer hold that power. Soon you will see yourself standing firmer, walking with greater confidence, and trusting me more deeply because of everything I have brought you through. Comment, "You are my light, Jesus," if he led you out of darkness. And above all, remember this: I never wasted a single tear. I never wasted a single trial. Every painful moment was woven into a greater purpose. Every loss helped prepare you for something greater ahead. Every battle was shaping you for future victory. The season of shaking was never the end of your story. It was the beginning of transformation. And now, because you remained faithful through it all, you are prepared for what lies ahead. My beloved child, listen carefully, because what I am about to tell you carries great significance. The season of shaking was never meant to be the final chapter of your story. You have weathered the storms, carried the weight of many trials, and now you stand at the edge of something new. This moment marks a turning point in your life. Heaven is moving, the ground beneath you is being prepared, and the atmosphere around you is changing. What once seemed closed will begin to open. What once felt restricted will be set free, and what appeared impossible will unfold before you. The waiting has been long, but the shift has arrived. My child, I declare that chains are being broken, doors are being opened, and miracles are already beginning to unfold. You may not yet see the full picture, but movement is already taking place beyond what your eyes can perceive. While you thought nothing was happening, I was arranging circumstances, aligning what needed to come together, and preparing the path before you. Every delay you experienced was never a denial. It was part of my timing. Every prayer you believed went unanswered was being kept for this appointed season. Every dream you thought had been forgotten was being preserved until the right moment for it to flourish. And that moment, my child, is now. Do you sense the stirring within your spirit, the trembling deep within your heart? That movement is my spirit bearing witness that change is near. You have asked when the answers would come, when doors would open, and when the burden would finally lift. And I tell you now that the time has come. You are stepping into a season where my promises will unfold in ways that will leave you amazed. The breakthrough you believed was delayed is drawing near. The blessing you thought was being withheld is being poured out. The victory that once seemed far away is closer than you realize. Beloved, I have seen your faithfulness during the waiting. I have watched you hold on to hope when everything around you seemed hopeless. I have heard the prayers you whispered even when you questioned whether they mattered. I have seen you continue believing when giving up would have felt easier. And now I tell you that none of it was wasted. If these messages have been a blessing to your life, and you feel led to support this work, you can do so through the QR code or support link in the description. Your support helps continue sharing faith-filled messages that bring hope, encouragement, and reminders of God's love to people around the world. Not one tear was shed without purpose. Not one prayer was ignored. I have held them all, and in this season I am releasing the answers. You will see doors open that no one can close. Opportunities you believed were lost will return in greater measure. Relationships that were broken will experience restoration with deeper love and renewed trust. Provision will come where there was lack, healing where there was pain, and joy where sorrow once lived. This is the turning point, my child. It is the movement from despair into hope, from loss into abundance, and from silence into praise. Do not judge this moment only by what your eyes can see. Trust what your spirit recognizes, because I am working in ways beyond your understanding. The walls that once stood in front of you are coming down. The obstacles that blocked your path are being removed. The delays that frustrated you are being redeemed. You thought you had been forgotten, but I was preparing you for more than you had imagined. You believed I was withholding something from you, but I was protecting you. You believed I was silent, yet I was working in places hidden from your view. Beloved, I am telling you these things so that you do not miss what is happening. This is not the moment for doubt, fear, or hesitation. This is the time to move forward in faith. This is the time to trust that what I promised is coming to fulfillment. Open your heart to what I am releasing. Do not allow unbelief to steal your blessing, fear to silence your praise, or doubt to keep you bound any longer. The shift is taking place now, and your response will affect how fully you step into it. You asked me for clarity, and so I am speaking plainly. You are entering a new season. The season of waiting is ending, and the season of fulfillment is beginning. The wilderness is behind you, and the promised land is before you. The closed doors of yesterday no longer determine what tomorrow holds. I am doing something new within you, around you, and through you. Can you see it beginning to emerge even now? So lift up your head, my beloved child. Do not continue carrying the weight of yesterday. Do not remain chained to past disappointments. Do not keep believing that you were overlooked. You were never overlooked. You were preserved. You were never denied. You were prepared. You were never abandoned. You were held. And now, because you endured, you are ready to receive what I have been storing for you. Take courage, because the turning has arrived. Take hope, because doors are opening. Take joy, because miracles are unfolding. And remember this: what I begin, I bring to completion. What I open, no one can close. What I release, no power of darkness can take away. This is a turning point in your life, and nothing will remain the same. My beloved child, I must speak to you now with seriousness and urgency. There is a warning here that you cannot afford to ignore. What I am saying is not casual, optional, or something to be set aside for another day, because another day is never guaranteed. Right now, at this very moment, you are standing at a sacred intersection between what has been and what is yet to come. If you scroll away, turn aside, or dismiss these words as coincidence, you risk missing the very breakthrough you have been praying for. Do not convince yourself that this is merely another passing message. I arranged this moment. I placed these words before you, and I stirred your heart to pay attention, because I love you too much to let you walk past the answer I am sending. If you delay and tell yourself, I will deal with this tomorrow, you allow the enemy to steal what I am placing into your hands today. The adversary desires to distract you in this very moment. He whispers that this is not for you, that it is unimportant, and that you can always come back later. But those whispers are lies designed to pull you away from my voice. They are meant to keep you trapped in the very cycles I came to break. Hear me clearly. Hesitation carries a cost. Doubt brings danger. Distraction can keep you from what I have prepared. When I speak, it is not for entertainment but for alignment. When I call, it is not to consume your time but to rescue you. If you ignore this invitation, you risk remaining longer in a wilderness that was never meant to hold you. You risk carrying chains that I am ready to break. You risk living beneath a blessing I have already prepared for your future. Do not let that happen, my beloved. Do not miss the moment that has been appointed for you. The enemy recognizes that something significant is drawing near in your life. He senses that a breakthrough is closer than it has ever been before, and because of that, he will do everything within his power to pull your attention away from what I am saying to you right now. He understands the value of your focus, which is why he will work so hard to redirect it. He will place seeds of doubt in your thoughts. He will whisper, "This cannot be real. This is not truly God speaking to you. You're reading too much into this. You're imagining things." He will try to convince you that what you are sensing is nothing more than wishful thinking. His goal is to make you question what I am placing before you, before it has the chance to take root in your heart. He will also stir fear within you. Questions will begin to rise. What if you trust again and experience disappointment once more? What if you believe and nothing changes? What if you open your heart and end up hurting all over again? What if you are not worthy of what you have been praying for? These thoughts are designed to weaken your confidence and keep you standing still. He may even use the voices of people around you. Some may mean well and genuinely care about you, yet their words can still create confusion. They may tell you that you are overthinking everything, that you should stop hoping, or that you should simply move on. But I tell you the truth today, you are not overthinking. You are not imagining this, and you are not unworthy. I am speaking to you, and I want you to recognize my voice. You may convince yourself that there will be a better opportunity later. You may tell yourself that you will respond tomorrow, next week, or when circumstances feel more comfortable. But my child, the appointed time is now. The blessing is being poured out now. The breakthrough is being released now. The shift you have been waiting and praying for is unfolding now. If you hesitate or continually look away, you risk stepping out of alignment with what I am doing. The opportunity before you will not remain open indefinitely. That is why I am speaking with such urgency. That is why I am calling for your attention in this very moment. Stay with me, listen carefully, and allow these words to settle deeply within your spirit. Do not allow fear to stop you from moving forward. Do not allow doubt to silence what faith is trying to awaken within you. Do not allow distractions to pull your focus away from the truth I am speaking. There are moments in life that require a response, and this is one of them. You ask, Lord, what do you want me to do? My answer remains simple, clear, and direct. Trust me. Believe me. Take a step forward in faith, even if that step feels small. Let go of the bitterness that has weighed on your heart. Release the fear that has kept you from fully trusting. Lay down the hesitation and excuses that have repeatedly held you back. Let go of every lie that has told you that you are not enough. Release the thoughts that have convinced you that your failures define your future. Shake off the weight of old disappointments and past mistakes. Walk out of the prison of self-doubt that has tried to convince you that you cannot move forward. This is not the season to retreat. This is not the time to hide. This is not the moment to shrink back because of uncertainty. This is the time to rise. This is the time to declare, even if your hands are trembling and your heart is weary, that you will trust me and continue believing my word. Choose to place your confidence in what I have said. Choose to step into the opportunities I am opening before you. Choose faith over fear and trust over hesitation. Beloved, I know the battle in your mind is real. I know how relentless those whispers can seem when they come again and again. I know there are days when the voice of doubt feels loud. I know there are moments when fear appears stronger than hope, but my voice is stronger still. My truth carries greater authority than every lie. My promises remain firm, dependable, and unchanging. When the enemy tells you that you are unworthy, remember that I declared your worth through my blood. When he tells you that nothing will ever change, remember that I am the God who makes all things new. When he tells you that it is too late for you, remember that I am the God who redeems time and restores what seemed permanently lost. Do not allow those lies to steal what I am trying to place into your hands. Do not surrender your peace to them. Stand firmly on my word. Hold tightly to my promises. Anchor yourself in what I have spoken rather than in what fear is saying. Believe what I am telling you now, because it is truth, and my truth does not fail. I repeat these words because I want them to settle deeply within your heart and spirit. I want you to remember them when doubt comes knocking and when fear tries to regain its place. If you scroll away now, if you dismiss this moment, if you choose to walk away without responding, you may miss the very thing you have been praying for. You may miss the blessing you have carried in your heart for years. You may miss the answer that has finally arrived after a long season of waiting. Do not allow that to happen. Do not let this moment slip through your fingers because of hesitation. I am here. I am speaking. I am moving. And I am inviting you to respond with faith rather than fear. Trust me, my child. Believe me. Take the step I am asking you to take, even if you cannot yet see the entire path ahead. Say yes to me now. Open your heart fully and respond to what I am doing. For every yes you offer me, I will pour out blessings beyond what you imagine possible. For every act of obedience, I will release fresh breakthrough. For every step taken in trust, I will reveal my faithfulness in even greater measure. As you continue to walk with me, you will see more clearly how I have been guiding you all along. Do not wait. Do not hesitate. Do not allow the sacred moment to pass by unnoticed. Respond now with faith and expectation, because your breakthrough depends upon it. Type Amen if you believe God is preparing something beautiful for your life, and share this message so it can strengthen and encourage someone else's faith as well.